Welcome, Capricorn, to your June 2021 reading. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. If this is the first time you've tuned in, I offer free mini readings for all new subscribers. So if you've got a question about this particular reading or something that this reading doesn't cover for you, just click that subscribe button and ask your question in the comments below. Now, I get back to everybody who subscribes and asks a question. So don't worry if you don't hear from me right away. I absolutely will get back to you. Now, this is a general reading, Cappies, so take what resonates and let everything else go. Now, Capricorn, I am so happy to tell you that you start out with the Wish Come True card. You have got such wonderful cards here in your reading. Now, the Nine of Cups, I couldn't ask for a better card to come out in a reading if would be choosing for myself, and I am a Capricorn, so I am very happy to see this card coming out. Now, the Nine of Cups, like I said, is that Wish Come True card, and it really is all about putting your affirmations out there. This is one of the most joyful cards in the deck, and it really does let you know that your dreams are coming true for you, Capricorn, and you've got so much to be joyful and to be grateful about. And right below that card is the Knight of Swords. So this is telling me that your dreams are coming true very quickly, because the energy of that card is whirlwind energy. It's so fast. Now, if you haven't made a wish, all my cards are jumpers. So jumpers are cards that fly out as I'm shuffling and meditating on each sign. And when this card comes out as a jumper, it is a good time to make a wish. So if you haven't made one and you don't believe in that sort of stuff, give it a go, because I feel like in June things are going to be really happening for you. This talks about, enjoying great luxury and beautiful things in life. It's just such pleasant energy in that Nine of Cups, and your heart is filled with emotion here. It's such an emotional card. You've got a lot of love around you in June. Now, this leads into the Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant this came out for another card, another sign as well. I can't remember which one it was, but the Hierophant is quite a multi-layered card in terms of its meaning. Now, when this card comes into a reading, it really asks you to consider the implications of your actions. So you really might be asked to, it talks about traditional structures, marriage, going into corporate business, the government. These are kind of traditional structures. And so when this card kind of shows up, it's doing one of two things. It's saying that you might want to take the traditional, tried and true, tested way of doing things, or you might want to just buck the trend and do things your own way and think outside of the box a little bit, and whichever choice you make here, it's really, I'm feeling, is very successful for you, because you've got right beneath that is the 10 of Pentacles, and beside it you've got the 9 of Cups, two wonderful cards, and the 7 of Cups as well, which is also quite a lovely card and energy. You've got the Ace of Wands. These are the things that I would look at. I look at when I'm trying to interpret these cards like the Hierophant that have multi-layered or meanings, or they're cards of duality. So I feel whichever route you decide to go down here, Capricorn, you are going to be very successful. Now, this card is also a card about listening to your own intuition. It's a very spiritual card. This card would normally be the card of the Pope. So you might be wanting to develop your own spiritual gifts in June. And so you might want to spend some time with like-minded people, or maybe spiritual institutions or schools to develop your skills there, and be around people who also nourish and feel the same way you do about spirituality, or those kinds of things in your life. Now, this too, another meaning for this particular card is that it can talk about certain rules that have been imposed upon you by society or family or community groups, and these don't serve you any longer. Now, this isn't going out and talking about breaking the law or anything like that, but they're rules, unspoken rules sometimes, that just, you don't have to fit into that box. You can cast off all of that stuff and follow new guidelines that lead you forward on the path that you want to follow, Capricorn. And like I said, I feel like whatever choices you make here in June, they are going to be very successful for you. Now, the Seven of Cups there, I mentioned that this is a card of being in quite a wonderful position, because you're standing in front of a multitude of possibilities. There are so many choices ahead of you that you can take, Capricorn. And in a way, it's kind of leading you a little bit to being indecisive, because you've got so many options that are open to you. And sometimes if you don't make a choice, it can make you feel like you're being stalled a little bit. So just do some research, find out where it is that you want to go, and make that choice, because then you can begin to move forward. And like I said, I feel like there's a great brand new creative beginning here for you. Right beside this card is that Ace of Wands. So in one of the 7 cups that are presented, there are many options for you, Cappy, and you are going to choose the right one. I see, as I said, that Ace of Wands. Sorry, did I say swords or cups? I'm so sorry. I don't know what I'm saying. It's going into Mercury retrograde, and I always seem to be hit just before it starts going into it, and I'm tongue-tied. But the Ace of Wands is just, it's a promise of so many wonderful things here. When this card comes out, you've got amazing opportunities to change your life. Aces present new beginnings, and in this instance, it's a new beginning with fire. So that indicates new opportunities in areas of creativity, in your career, in your passion, in your self-development. Now you can actually see that your dreams are within reach in June. You've got that dream come true card. You can see it. You can visualize it, Capricorn. Now, you still have to take the action that is necessary to attain your goals. I don't feel like this is going to be handed to you, But this card is telling you of wonderful new possibilities that are coming into play here. And I'm just loving it. And as I said, that Knight of Swords, things are happening very, very quickly. All knights are action and movement. And out of all of the knights, the Knight of Swords is a whirlwind. If your lives have been moving slowly, if you've been stuck in indecision by that Seven of Cups, things are absolutely going to change. And it's, as I said, it's like stepping into a whirlwind, but you are going to be taking action. You're going to be doing a lot of this stuff. And you're going to be able to think through a lot of the problems that you are faced. And this isn't for when you get that Knight of Swords, it's not about making emotional choices here either, Capricorn. You need to use your intellect and make a choice based on that. Now, the movement can be so swift. Things can happen so quickly with the Knight of Swords that it can actually often be difficult to think through your choices, but it's still really important that you try to think it through, think all of the alternatives, and really consider what your desired outcome is before you get too far down the road. But I see success here because it's leading into that 10 of Pentacles. Wowie zowie, this is just such a beautiful, beautiful card. This is a card of abundance. It is a card of financial security and joyful contentment. You know, it's your family's happy, your family's secure. You know that you've set things up so you know your kids are going to be secure. You've got material comforts around you. Your home and your home's really important to you, Capricorn. Particularly, you are an earth sign. This is quite it's one of those earthy things that Capricorns worry about: their job, their financial security, their home. And when you get that 10 of Pentacles, everything just feels right. So June is going to be bringing this energy with it for you. You've really earned the right to be proud of yourself. You've worked so hard. And this can even talk about inheritance or money coming through for you, but it's a successful completion. All 10s are completions to a cycle, and here I feel, and here I see, and I feel, I guess, that this is going to be a successful completion in anything that you've been working hard towards. Now, you've got the 9 of Wands. I'm serious that so many multiple cards have come out for so many different star signs here. So just check out your rising sign if you know them, because this could be significant as well. Now, you've got a Sagittarian here, you've got a Virgo here, you've got a Taurus here as well. So some of you may have these people in your life that are playing significant roles. Now, the 9 of Wands here, another fiery energy. This is asking you to really think through what you've worked. You've worked really hard to create your dreams, Capricorn, and you could be asked here to, maybe you might be feeling the need to be protective about what you've created, particularly if it's like some ideas or some sort of creative project, something that you've been working towards. You might be feeling a little bit uncomfortable about the safety or the stability that you have built, and you might want to redouble your efforts. But forget about it, because you just have to have confidence in what you have done, what you have achieved. Sometimes the energy that comes along with the Nine of Wands can be like, oh, not this again. But just go within. Take that energy of the Hierophant, really go within to get that inner courage and turn it outward in a show of bravery and determination here. And believe in yourself, and everything's just going to be fine. It can't not be fine with the Nine of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles there. It just can't. And the Ace of Wands. You just are going to be successful here. You know, fight through these feelings that something is going to be taken away, or that you aren't going to be good enough, or anything like that. Remove those thoughts. Go in, be courageous, and go forward, and you're going to be successful. Now, your final card here is the Ten of Swords, and actually I can't remember which star sign it was, but another star sign had the exact same card in the exact same position, and this is, they say, one of the worst cards in the deck, but to me it isn't so bad. It is a card that talks about endings, and this, may have had a lot of mental worries, a lot of perhaps even some depression, could even be some addictions that some of you have been struggling with, and things have been as bad as they can possibly be. They aren't getting any worse, and you are going to be able to shed and release this energy. It doesn't serve you any more. Don't hang on to what has been. Don't worry about that stuff in the past that has created this mental turmoil and worries for you. Let it go. And once you can release that, and it will take courage, you are going to be able to focus on what will be. And this is where you can put that energy in your dream come true. This is a card that talks about someone who's recovering. It's the end of that difficult cycle. You are recovering from that mental turmoil, that depression, that addiction. And, you know, there's peace when this ending comes. There is peace, but you know, of course, there's always dramas and tumultuous energy around endings as well, and it's difficult to let things go and let things sit in the past. So I feel like you are really, you know, you've got the Ace of Wands right above it. So this is the ending of that mental worry and stress, and this rebirth into a new creative wonderful energy in that Ace. So I'm absolutely loving this so much for you, Capricorn. Now, your final card there from the Gateway Oracles deck by Denise Lynn is Igniting Courage, and the affirmation for this card is, I am strong, valiant, and courageous. And you need to say that to yourself over and over again, Capricorn. Now, the meaning of this card is move forward fearlessly. Gather your inner forces and take a risk. Speak up for yourself by honoring your truth. This isn't the time to be timid or hold back. Go forward gallantly with your banner of truth waving in the wind. You are a light bearer for others. The universe wants you to know being courageous doesn't mean that you're not afraid. It means that in spite of fear and hesitation, you take action anyway. It's all right to fall down, Capricorn. That's really important. It's all right to fall down. Just don't stay down. Do not allow yourself to be limited by the beliefs of others or even your own beliefs. Face your fears. Go beyond the boundaries of your self-imposed barriers. Live passionately and boldly. I love that message for you, Capricorn. And I feel like you're really going to be doing that. Ignite your courage and go forward. You can overcome any of those issues that you have been facing in the Ten of Swords, and you are going to come out to a brand new life and be so successful as well. So I hope that resonated with you, Capricorn. Love you to tune in next month as well. Thank you so much. Have a great June. Bye.